Understanding pronouns, antecedents, and context when interpreting the pronoun he in Daniel 9:27 by Reginald Jacob Block. Let us begin this discussion by thoroughly examining the pronoun he in Daniel 9:27 in context. Let us draw meaning exclusively from the text and its immediate context. If you disagree with interpreting Scripture according to context, please avoid proof texting to support your argument. Stay with the material in Daniel chapter 9. Let us draw our meaning from the text. Number 1. Exegesis, as relating to specific passages. These are 6 basic rules of establishing meaning in context. Number 1. Rules of grammar, primarily subjects and antecedents. Number 2. Rules of context, overall topics. Number 3. Intent of the writer, original language and intended meaning. Number 4. Rules of logic, sequence of context. Number 5. Inference, what came before influencing what comes after. Number 6. Usage, historical meaning, language, and definitions. Number 2. Scholarly support for understanding content contextually. All credible Bible scholars follow these rules. For example, Adam Clarke, Charles John Ellicott, Matthew Henry, John Gill, and Albert Barnes, among many others. Number 3. Application to Daniel 9:27 and the pronoun he. Premise. The entire sense of Daniel 9:27 depends upon correctly interpreting the pronoun he, the first word in the verse. Number 4. What is the grammatical context for the pronoun he in Daniel 9:27? There are 2 antecedent references, Messiah the Prince and the people of the prince that shall come. Number 5. Which is most likely correct? Messiah the Prince requires the pronoun he. The people of the prince that shall come first requires the pronoun they. It is a compound subject. Number 6. In context, which is most logical? He would most logically refer to Messiah the Prince. Number 7. What is reasonable and a secondary grammatical option, but not the most logical? He may allow isolating the prince from the compound subject and assigning the pronoun he to the prince. Number 8. Are there any other contextual options? No, there are not. Assigning any other subjects to the pronoun he is a violation of generally accepted first rules of sound interpretation. Number 9. Is there any indication in the surrounding text that the writer intends to assign the pronoun to a subject not contained in the immediate text? No, there is not. Number 10. Are there any inferential hints or references to another subject in the preceding text? No, there are not. Number 11. What are the overall topics of the chapter? The covenant defined as law, 70 weeks. Messiah the Prince, the people of the prince that shall come. The cutting off of Messiah, destruction of the temple. Number 12. Do these primary subjects support or deny any aspects of interpreting the pronoun he in a way prescribed by general rules and mechanisms of what are generally accepted as sound principles of exegesis? No, they do not. Number 13. Does the original Hebrew language allow for another translation or definition of the pronoun he? I don't think so, but I'm not a Hebrew scholar or linguist. If anyone watching speaks and understands the original language in which Daniel was written, please explain the pronoun function in this verse, if it in any way differs from the English grammar governing pronouns and antecedents. Concluding comments. Please take the time to carefully read and understand the above 13 points, as they have been prepared with all due care and attention, and they have been laid out systematically and topically. If you do not agree with the underlying principles that I apply, then we need to discuss the correct or best methodology of interpretation, as our disagreement originates there. And discussing anything beyond that may prove unproductive for everyone. If you disagree, please refute me point by point, as I have laid my argument out in a fashion that lends itself reasonably and logically to such a response. Please feel free to post your comments and questions. Thank you for watching.